I feel like Idaho is totally underrated.
We are headed to the Idaho Potato Museum.
Yeah.
There's this whole subculture of candy people that I had no idea that was out there.
Howard, can we put a pig in the RV?
No.
This is where they actually still produce all the milk today.
Look at this. She peels them and then eats them.
Oh my God, it was a bear.
Oh my God!
If you're new here, let's catch up. We're Howard and Caitlin Newstate. Dog people, food people, adventure people.
I'm still processing the fact that I just did that.
We've been jet setting and road tripping for over 2 years. Our passion is sharing the amazing, wonderful, and sometimes challenging parts of our life on the road with you, taking you off the beaten path,
Wet soil shows its way somewhere.
meeting incredible people, and trying new things.
Guinea pig, go.
We spent the first part of 2020 RVing through central Mexico, living island life during quarantine, and then packing up and heading back to the US.
We'll be back.
Since July, we've been showing you the beauty of Colorado, Wyoming, and Montana. Last week, we said goodbye to Montana, one of the most beautiful states we've ever visited. We turned the nearly 600-mile drive from Eureka to Idaho Falls into an awesome sightseeing road trip. Then we hit the road dark and early, making it to our boondocking spot near Idaho Falls just before sunset.
Well, sometimes things just don't go as planned. We got to this beautiful boondocking spot last night in Rexburg, which is just right outside of Idaho Falls. And despite all the reviews telling us there was good cell service here, there is not. And it's a Monday and we have to work, and we have an interview today at noon, so we need cell service. So we are packing up to hit the road again for the third day in a row. Not really sure where we're going to be camping, but our initial plan is to go to the parking lot of Costco. The CRV got a flat tire last night as well. So we're going to go and get new tires on the CRV. So such is life.
We're going to bring in Caitlin and Howard. They're waiting patiently in their motorhome.
Hey!
You're looking great.
Thank you. We try.
Now,
And that's a lot of great recommendations regarding skipping school and pursuing jobs. I mean, you know, you need to make money, right? I mean, that's the ultimate goal.
There's good news and there's bad news. The bad news first. Hi, Scout. We could not get the tires fixed on the CRV. There is an issue with the size of the tires, and Costco does not carry 15-inch tires. So we're going back to square one with that. But the good news is we found an excellent camp spot with actual good Wi-Fi, so we can do all of our work and everything that we need to do this week with these beautiful views. Just look at this. This will do. And again, we're not paying a dime for this. So awesome. Are you happy? Are you happy, girl? Let me see. Bad girl.
Someone has figured out how to climb up on the counter and steal bananas.
But that's all she's eating. That's it. There's other things on the counter. There's a whole cake. There's avocados. There's all kinds of things.
No, she loves bananas, Caitlin.
She knows how to peel them. Scout. This is the second time in a week.
Scout, this is not an appealing trait.
Bad girl.
Look at this. She peels them and then eats them.
Did you learn this on the island?
Do they have bananas on the island? Very bad. Bad girl.
Piper, did you help? Piper, did you eat any bananas?
I don't think so.
Piper doesn't like bananas. We know that for a fact.
We know one dog that likes bananas.
I was cleaning up these bananas, and Howard, what did we find?
Another banana.
She was in the process of peeling this one.
Where did you learn to peel bananas?
Scout. Bad.
Lay down. Lay down.
I mean, look at those teeth marks. I
feel like Idaho is totally underrated. It's one of those states that gets like passed over, but it's so beautiful. I mean, look at this. This has been our front yard all week. We've been working a lot, but we finally have some time off today and we're going into Idaho Falls to do some exploring and sightseeing. And I'm also really excited because we're having lunch with one of my former coworkers. I have not seen him in probably 5 or 6 years. We used to work in news together in Richmond, so it'll be really fun to reconnect. We made it to downtown Idaho Falls. It's a beautiful morning, and we are walking to the Japanese Friendship Garden right now. Idaho Falls is a sister city to a city in Japan. It's called Tokai-mura. And this Japanese Friendship Garden opened in the year 2016, and Tokai-mura actually donated a traditional stone lantern. So we're gonna go check it out. It's a really beautiful place, and it's really neat because all of the original landscaping was done by volunteers and it's still maintained today by volunteers. We think we found the lantern that was donated. It's beautiful. The Idaho Falls Riverwalk is so beautiful, and it lives up to its name. In case you're wondering if there are falls in Idaho Falls, there definitely are. We had a great time catching up with my former coworker Nate and his family. I even had the pleasure of being interviewed by Emmy for her 7 Questions with Emmy series.
How do you travel a country around with
Quite the up-and-coming journalist. You may recognize some of her recent interviewees. Oh, you know, Keith Morrison, Lester Holt, and Dr. Oz to name a few. And now, little old me. After visiting with the Eaton family, we headed off for some more exploration.
Continuing our long-standing tradition, meaning not very long at all, of going to somewhat obscure food museums and tours, we are headed, Caitlin, to the Idaho Potato Museum.
Yes! Located just outside of Idaho Falls in the town of Blackfoot, you'll find this truly one-of-a-kind museum. And for just $6, you can learn all about the history of this famous starch.
It's a collection.
Oh my gosh, potato mashers.
Potato mashers.
This is my reaction to finding out that my husband never owned a Mr. or Mrs. Potato Head. I mean, like, how do you not have one? You can do all their eyes. Oh, I have the glasses. You didn't. You were deprived of this as a child.
No, I played with them. I didn't have them.
Switch out their shoes. Try anything fancy like this. I need a nose. Can I get a mouth? From the first potato planted to the largest Pringle ever made, and a lot of eclectic potato memorabilia in between, the museum gives a fun look into the revolution of the potato industry. And it's true, no other growing area has greater name recognition than Idaho potatoes. We headed across the street to check out the Candy Jar, a little fudge shop with a big story. That's where we met Paul Loomis, donning an apron and making his homemade fudge. But what makes this candy story extra sweet is that Paul is the former mayor of the town. After serving for 4 years, he's now giving back to his community in a different way.
Unicorn fudge. When you give people advice, sometimes they don't take it, and then you get stuck taking your own advice. And that's what happened here.
The building was constructed in the late 1800s. It served many purposes, but was most recently a bar and pool hall, which Paul recognized might not be the best family-friendly fit given its location across from such a big tourist attraction.
30,000 people visit that every year. You're not inviting those people. They're not going to leave their children across the street and come over to the bar. So why don't you consider changing your business model? And I said, no, this is what we like to do. So 6 months later, they put the place up for sale. So I brought my wife down here. And we stood right about there and looked around, and I said, sweetheart, I think I'm going to buy this building and renovate it. And she started crying because she knew once I made up my mind, it was kind of hard to change it.
Paul and his wife worked to restore the old building, saving what they could, exposing decades-old brick, and even making beautiful candy bins out of old wooden beams they couldn't fully save.
Our whole intent was to bring the building back to the original glory that.
As far as trading public service for the service industry,
There's this whole subculture of candy people. I had no idea that was out there.
he says it was a learning curve, but one that has a sweet reward.
It's still warm.
In addition to homemade fudge, the candy jar also features local chocolates and candies from all across the state.
Idaho unique stuff as much as possible. We have the gummy bears. Kids have to have gummy bears, right? And so we've had a lot of fun with it.
What's your favorite fudge that you make?
Oh my goodness, I just made it.
Yeah.
And it's almost gone.
Oh boy.
So it's right here.
Oh.
And this is it. And so what I do is I put a layer of chocolate fudge, and then I put a layer of caramel on top of it, and then I put a layer of vanilla fudge with a pound of caramel mixed into the vanilla to give the swirls and taste. And then I top it with a kiss.
Such a fascinating story to go from being the mayor of a town to opening a very successful candy store. Today's their 1-year anniversary.
Yeah, happy 1-year anniversary. We got some fudge.
Of course, we stocked up.
Yeah,
I'm so excited. And
I can't even open it.
when we walked in there, he was in there making fudge himself. So it's really cool.
Yeah. Our thanks to Paul for showing us around.
It's delicious. I'm gonna spare you the high-pitched squeal I just did because there's baby animals behind me. But we're at Reed's Dairy Farm where they make their own ice cream and cheese, and they do actual milk delivery still. So we're gonna check it out, try some of those things. But first, we have to pet the adorable animals. So cute. This one is from little legs. Howard, can we put a pig in the RV?
No.
Look at him! Oh, he was so cute! What goes well after fudge? Ice cream. Alright, what do we get here?
We have a grasshopper, which is mint, caramel, and Oreos.
Then we have Gorilla Munch, which is banana ice cream with peanut butter and Oreos.
And then we're topping it off with some Reed's chocolate milk. This chocolate milk has Idaho potatoes in it, I learned. Dehydrated Idaho potatoes because they use that to thicken it up and make it creamier.
This is so interesting. It's so creamy. Scout would really like this banana ice cream. It's banana and peanut butter. 2 of her favorite things.
Scott will have none of this. My conclusion regarding this is you cannot taste the potato at all. There are potato flakes in here. It's on the ingredients right there. Can't taste them. I've never heard of that before. Do they do that with other chocolate milk? Do they thicken it with other stuff? Let us know.
So this is where they actually still produce all the milk today. So this farm has been around for decades and it's never moved. It's always been in the same spot, except now you can come and get delicious ice cream and cheese and chocolate milk.
Good morning from the Newstate house on wheels, which always has something exciting going on. Okay, so Caitlin, tell me your perception of what happened last night. Last night, we heard this like a thump scratching sound.
We were laying in bed. We just finished watching Netflix.
It was big, whatever it was.
It sounded like something big.
And it sounded like something didn't see the RV.
And it was very scary, and then we could hear it kind of like lumbering off through the brush.
Okay, so Caitlin, as I told you a second ago, I'm reasonably sure it's a bear. So come on.
Scary.
Remember how, so first we heard it over here.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, I mean, this looks to me like, so there's a pretty clear paw print right there. And it's that high off the ground, right? And
yeah, so it must have ran into this, then came over here and hit this.
yeah, I feel like this is like CSI. Turns, becomes bewildered, and then basically tries to go that way, towards the front of the RV. It didn't sound like it was scraping or anything, and it didn't sound like it was trying to get in. And so I was like, I don't think this is a bear. It was a bear. I mean, I'm pretty sure either that or it's the biggest raccoon the world has ever seen.
I know it falls.
That would be
as my hand.
That would be like a 3-foot tall raccoon, 4-foot tall raccoon.
Maybe they grow them big here in Idaho, just like the potatoes.
Just like the potatoes.
So the bear was on our car as well. It's always bittersweet when you have a great spot, but it's time to leave, and I'm definitely gonna miss these views out the window. Cal is very excited. But we're heading back to Wyoming today. Are you excited? Yeah? Because we're gonna go to Grand Teton National Park. We realized that we're only about an hour and a half, 2 hours from the park, and we're like, well, we can't pass that up. So instead of our original route of going south into Utah, we're going to head east into Wyoming, do that for about a week, and then we'll continue on and go down to Utah. So we're getting all these national parks checked off.
Come along with us next week as we check off another beautiful bucket list national park. Grand Teton lives up to its name as we take you on a 10-mile hike up into the mountains.
This is so cool. Wow.
Share our incredible free camping spot with views of the park, and even change our plans.
We saw snow in the forecast and had to stay
to see this epic mountain range in all its glory. Make sure you subscribe and click the bell so you get notifications when we post our weekly episodes. Thanks so much for watching. See you next week.